This is a collection of gold coins that have come in over the last month, and they're all from different auction houses and from different places. Some of them are really rare, some of them are really common. Most common, basically just gold, would be these Norway 20 kroners, 1876. Same King Oscar II. He looks a lot younger here, a little older here by 1901. Both probably uncirculated, a little more than a quarter ounce of actual gold weight each. They did a great job on their coins, silver and gold. I always like to have those. I've got mostly Muslim coins here in the middle. These two little ones, each roughly equivalent to a U.S. gold dollar. This is from Peru, 1920, if I can get it. A fifth of a libra. A libra is the same exactly as a gold sovereign of the British of the same time. And so a libra, a 1/5 libra, is 1/5 of a sovereign. And since a sovereign is so close to a U.S. $5 gold coin in actual gold weight, even though it's not exactly the same, this is real close to a U.S. dollar. There's the alpaca, there's the tree, and there's the spilled cornucopia. A couple hundred years before that, you got Charles III of Spain, 1786. Probably extra fine condition, maybe. I'm pretty sure this is actually struck in Spain. I don't think it's Mexico City or one of the other subsidiary mints. But I don't know enough, and that M there, I bet, is going to tell you the answer, or the DV is going to tell you the answer. Like I said, I don't know enough. I just know that's Charles III, and it's from the Spanish Empire, 1786. I'm into collecting coins with the date 16 on them and trying to get the whole set, 15, 16, up to 2016. There's no 1416, at least not with a Gregorian calendar date we recognize on it. But this one, so this will be the first in that series, 1516. So out of the Archbishopric of Salzburg in Austria, semi-autonomous in the Holy Roman Empire at the time. And that's the Archbishop Leonard von Kutzach. And him and his line have a great castle you can go see there. Not that I've ever been there except on Street View, but what a nice looking place. That's the turnip that's on his family's coat of arms. You can still go on Wikipedia and see a nice picture of his bed in that castle with that turnip right above it. There's the rampant lion. We'll see a lot of those. But the 1516, that's why I'm here. This is actually a really tough coin to get. The 1716 here, now we got that covered. This is a Zurich, Switzerland. It says Republika Tigurniae. Well, I'm sure somehow that means Zurich in Swiss. And on the back here, we're not doing good with the focus, are we? 1716. Domini conserva nos in pace. I don't know what that means. Something in Latin, I would guess. Take control of it, keep it, and keep your nose in place. 1716. We all know this guy, right? Second fiddle to the mustache artist guy. We'll see if NGC will slab these. They wouldn't slab the mustache artist guy. No, they would not, but PCGS would. So I'll send these to NGC first, but they might send them back in a bag. And then I'll see if PCGS will do them. Now, another issue with these, the mustache Hitler, oh, I said it. That metal is much more well known. These, I can't find any examples of these anywhere. I mean anywhere. AC search, Coin Archives, eBay, just straight up Google. Nowhere. This one's quite rough compared to this one. This is from the actual 1922 March on Rome, October 30th, 1922. That is the March on Rome. It's got his birthday, July 29th, 1883. And it says, Siam Fati Kosi. I'm really confident that's not referring to the kingdom of Siam. Fatty. It's not his fault. Kosi. I remember that as a breakfast joint. And stamped there. We're probably not going to be able to get a good view here, but I already looked. I'll tell you. You have to take my word for it. That is 750 right in there. You know what? I'm going to do us all a solid and see if I can pull out a Bend the Coin Geek here. Can I? Probably not. He really is a pro. I can't do it. Anyway, that's 750. So it's 18 karat. This one is not marked anywhere unless this somehow identifies its purity. OND, I am brought to understand, refers to the Opera House. Arzeka, that's the Rome Mint. These are the fasces, the bundles of sticks surrounding the axes that the lictors would carry to follow around senators in the Roman Republic, or maybe to follow consuls, maybe both. Befana Fascista, that's the fascist era. AXI, that's Anno 11, which is how we know this is from 1933. Because 11 years after the March on Rome of 1922 makes 1933. I'm guessing that's either 18 karat or better. And then we got these. Mostly Muslim coins, but this is actually impersonating a Muslim coin. You've seen the Crusader Byzant or dinar imitations here before. This is one of those, except it's not from the Crusaders in Jerusalem. It's from Raymond II or the Third out of Tripoli in North Africa, Libya. This is imitating a dinar of Al-Mustansir. I have actual dinars of Al-Mustansir, but not this type. They're a different target, like concentric circle type than this is. I'm not sure what condition this is going to be found to be in. I just got called bent on one of my other Crusader dinars I sent to NGC. I'm afraid this might come back the same way, but whatever. This is a slightly less common type of Crusader gold out of the mid-1100s. 1148, maybe 1159 to 1187, which would be the fall of Jerusalem. And then these are actually struck by Islamic caliphates. This is the actual Fatimids. This would be pretty old compared to this. This is Al-Aziz Billah from the 900s AD, and it's actually got a date on it, AH 366, which corresponds to 976 AD. It's from the end of the 900s. Pretty worn down, a little wavy. Not sure what's going to happen if we send this in. But not a caliph that I had already. This, we all know this guy. You recognize him, right? Need not be introduced, right? That's Saladin, the Kurd, founded the Ayyubids. This be out of the main line, as they call it, out of Cairo. The date is unfortunately off the coin here. Not great condition. Pretty thick and flat. Maybe it'll straight grade, not sure. And I already have one of these for myself, so this one I'll be selling. And they're very popular among everyone, not just Islamic coin enthusiasts, but Saladin is sufficiently historic figure that people like him. no matter who they are. It's a quite common Abbasid dinar from the later 700s, and yes, Al-Mahdi. This has got a date on it, pinpoint date, AH 161, so that's 777 to 778 AD. And this little line here, that's raised, that's not a scratch, so that's a scratch in the die, not the coin. So of course in reverse it comes out like a ridge. Probably AU something, NGC, unless they find some problem with it, as they often do. But even if it comes back MS something, those are not as popular as these Umayyad dinars, the first caliphate that was striking nice gold dinars. This Al-Walid, I try to get the 711 ADs. This one is the next year, and that means it's going to correspond probably to 711 to 712 AD, which is the year after the beginning of the conquest. 711 is the big battle. They come across the Straits of Gibraltar. So this is Al-Walid. AH 93 is the actual date on that, which is either 711 to 712. I think this is in real nice condition. We'll see what NGC says. I got enough of these for myself, so we'll put it out there for anyone to get. I think those fields really look great. I don't see scratches or anything in there, and it looks flat. Looks hammered nice. That is a pellet, not a dent in the coin. That there is a tiny rub or something. And this is some tiny, tiny edge ding. Well, it's not that tiny, but shouldn't turn you off from such a nice coin, I think. So out of everybody here, he's probably the most rare. But like I said, I can't find any other examples of these anywhere. So I'll let you know what happens. If any of these get certified, how they get certified, and if these get rejected on political grounds. Have a good rest of your day.